Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the second game of this two-game series between the Chicago White Sox and New York Yankees on July 14th, 1978. Leading off for the White Sox, playing center field is Bannister. Batting second, playing left is Garr. Batting third, playing first base is Johnson. Batting fourth, DHing is O'Hagan. Batting fifth, playing second base is Orta. Batting seventh on the catching is Nahorden. And batting seventh, playing right field is Washington. Batting eighth, playing third base is Swordham. And batting ninth, playing shortstop is Kitchener. And on the mound, the lefty, Ken KRAVEC. And now for the hometown New York Yankees. And the Yankees have Mickey Rivers leading off, and they get Willie Randolph back off the DL, playing second base. Batting third, the captain, Thurman Munson, playing right field. Batting fourth, playing. We're going to change this. Going to change this. Going to move Reggie up. Batting fourth, you got Reggie Jackson DHing. Batting fifth, you got Lou Piniella playing left field. Batting sixth, Chris Chambliss at first. Batting seventh, third baseman Nettles. Batting eighth, the shortstop Stanley. Batting ninth, on the catching is Heath. And on the mound is the Gator himself, Ron Guidry. Let's get down here to Yankee Stadium and get this game going. Lead it off here for the White Sox is Bannister. He's batting .314 with no homers and 12 RBIs. Ron Guidry making his 19th start of the year. He's 12-4 with a 2.09 ERA. Here's the pitch to Bannister, and that's going to be against the lefty. That is going to be a ground ball back to Gator. He fires over to first for out number one. One up and one down here in the top of the first. And Ralph Garr comes to the plate. Ralph batting .328, 6 homers and 30 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Gator has his first strikeout victim. Two down here in the first. And Johnson comes to the plate batting .273 with 3 homers and 24 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off the Gator. See where this one lands at. And that's going to be a single in the right field. So the first base hit for the White Sox comes with 2 outs. And O'Hagan comes to the plate. Wayne batting .250 with 2 homers and 14 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Munson makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. The White Sox strand 1. We go to the bottom of the first. Sox nothing. Yankees coming to the plate with Rivers, Randolph, and Munson. Mickey batting .255 with 6 homers and 31 RBI. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Down the second for out number 1. And Willie Randolph. Let's see Willie's last game. It's been a while. Willie's been hurt. Let's see when his last game was. Back in June. June 22nd was his last game. So Willie batting .300 with 1 homer and 24 RBIs. Forgot to tell you, Ken, this is his 16th appearance. He's 7-5 with a 3.88 ERA. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a base on balls. Randolph down at first. 1 out. And he's not going to stay there long. That'll be a -3. That's a 32. 29. So I'll be a 55 or lower. He's safe. and he's in there with a stolen base. So Willie gets in the scoring position. So now you got runner down at second with one out for Thurman Munson. Munson's batting .288 with 5 homers and 45 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Excuse me, and that should be fielding column 3, I would think. 41 it is. And we'll have to re-roll a dice here. And that'll be a 31. And Willie's going to hold up. Not deep enough. And you got Reginald Martinez Jackson up. You don't want to get thrown out at third with Reggie up. Reggie batting .312, 22 homers, 53 RBIs. And that's why you didn't want to try to get the third with Reggie up, because he connects here, folks. Let's see where it goes. That ball is blasted in the left center field, and that's going to score Willie easily. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead here. Still got a runner down at second for Lou Piniella. Pinella's batting .309 with 4 homers and 31 RBI. And that's going to be against the lefty, an 8 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field with 2 outs. And Bannister does not have a very good arm. Reggie should score easily here, but we'll check. 8, and that will be a 65. Yep, Reggie's going to score easily. So an RBI single by Piniella. No throw home. And it's quickly 2-0 New York. Chris Chambliss up now with a runner down at first. 2 outs. 2 runs already in. Chambliss batting .252 with 7 homers and 51 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bannister. He makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. But the Yankees scored 2. It's 2-0 as we go to the top of the second with Orta due up, followed by Nordy and Washington. And Orta is batting .285. He's got 12 homers and 54 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this. Where's this one going to land at? And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go is the question. And kiss it goodbye. Orta just hits a home run off the Gator and makes this a 2-1 ball game. Nobody out in a 2-1 game with 8 homers and 28 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this, and all of a sudden the Gators are getting lit up here in this second inning. And that's going to be a drive into the gap. And that's going to fall in for a double. So back-to-back extra base hits. And the tying run is down at second. Go ahead runs at the plate, and Claudel Washington batting .181 with the White Sox with 1 homer and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball, 45 and a 5. And that'll be fielding column 1. And he'll look the runner back to second. Nettles will fire over to first. And that'll be out number 1. Runner still down in second with 1 out now for Swordham. Batting .270 with 13 homers and 33 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. It'll be a 2, a 20, 20, and a 9. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And a 54 and an 8. It's probably going to be fielding column 3. And it is. The runner will get down to third, but now there's 2 outs. 2 outs, runner down at third. Kessinger tying run 90 feet away. Can Gator get out of this with only one run scoring? Kissinger batting 246, no homers, and 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Gator walks him. We're back to the top of the order in Bannister. First and third runners on the corner in a 2-1 ball game. And Bannister's 0 for 1 grounded out to the Gator his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Gator gets a big strikeout. But the White Sox score 1 on the homer by Orta. And it's a 2-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the second with the bottom part of the order due up here for the Yanks. Nettles, Stanley, and Heath. And Nettles is batting .303 on the year, 17 homers, 56 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Kissinger. He fires over to first for out number 1. Fred Stanley's up now, batting .229 with a homer and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty, an 11 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Kissinger's got it. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the second. Mike Heath comes to the plate. Heath, still 0 for 13, has yet to get a hit, folks. And they're not going to get one that way. That's a lazy fly ball out the gar. And the Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. To the top of the third we go. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here for the White Sox, Gar, Johnson, and Norhan. And you can see the White Sox and Yankees team comparison. The White Sox are 45 and 40, batting .273 with a .334 on base percentage, slugging .408 with a .742 OPS. Yankees are 58 and 27, batting .274 with an on-base percentage of .329, slugging .399 with a .278 OPS. And Ralph struck out his first time up, and that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. 52 and a 2 is probably going to be fielding column 3, and it is, and that's going to be a single and an error on Rivers. Mickey misplays that one. And that is going to get the runner batter down the second. So now you got a runner in scoring position, nobody out here. Can the Gator pitch around this? Johnson, he singled his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. It should be a fielding column 2. Runner down at second. And Gar's going to hold up, not deep enough to advance him. Now there's 1 out. Runner still down at second. Wayne's up. Wayne is 0 for 1. Flew out to right his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 62 and an 8 should be fielding column 3. Nope. That is fielding column 2. With 1 out, that's going to be a pop-up down the third. Nettles makes the play. Now there's 2 outs. The runner still down at second. And Orta, who hit the homer against the Gator his last time up. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. 31 and a 4. Might be a pop-up down the first. Yeah, it's going to be a pop-up in foul territory down the first. Chambliss makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So the error doesn't cost him. The runner gets stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still a 2-1 ball game. Rivers, Randolph, and Munson due up here at the top of the order. Mickey 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Washington makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Willie comes to the plate. He walked, stole a base, and came around to score on the double by Reggie. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart at second. And that'll be out number 2. And it's up to Thurman to get something going here in the third. Munson is 0 for 1, flew out his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 4, and that's going to be a single. Munson gets a single here with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Reggie, who doubled his first time up with a runner down at first and a 2-1 ball game. And that's going to be against the lefty. A 15 and a 10. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Orta's up with it, fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 1. To the top of the fourth we go in a 2-1 ball game. You got Norda, Washington, and Sorham due up. Bill doubled his first time up, 1 for 1. And he's going to get a base hit into right field. In the left field. Base hit in the left field. So the leadoff batter's aboard again. Gators got to pitch around this one now. You got Claudell Washington up. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 54 and a 2. Fielding column 2. And the Gator spins around, fires down the second. Stanley gets it, and they get the lead runner. There's 1 out for Eric, and Eric's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. Yankees will take that. Yeah, that's a perfectly placed ball. Taylor made double play. 6-4-3. Pitcher's best friend ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth in a 2-1 ball game. You got Piniella, Chambliss, and Nettles due up. Lou with an RBI single his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. An 8 and an 8. That's going to be a single. And left field. Lou's aboard here with a leadoff hit. Now Chambliss comes up. Yankees could use some insurance here. Chambliss 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Eric. Now he might be able to go around the horn with this. And that's what it's going to be. That's going to be the old 5-4-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Greg Nettles. Pitcher's best friend. Both times here in the fourth. Nettles 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. That is Ken's first strikeout of the game. We go to the top of the fifth. Yankees with a 1-run lead. You got Kissinger due up, and then the lineup turns over to Bannister and Garr. See the White Sox leave New York, head to Milwaukee for a 4-game series, and then on the home. And Baltimore will come to town after that. Kissinger walked his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Gator strikes him out, his 3rd strikeout of the game. That brings up Bannister. And Bannister's 0 for 2, struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. He fires across the diamond for out number 2. And Ralph Garr comes to the plate. Garr is 1 for 2. He singled and reached second on an error his last time up. Struck out his other time up. That's a ground ball back to the Gator. He tosses it over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 fifth. To the middle part of the fifth we go with Stanley, Heath, and Rivers due up. Fred 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Stanley for out number 1. Can Mike Heath finally get a base hit here, folks? He is 0 for 1 today, 0 for 14. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. And there's 2 outs. It's up to Mickey to get something going here in the fifth. Mickey is 0 for 2, popped up and flown out. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 14 and a 9. And that's going to be a base hit. Mickey gets aboard here with a 2-out single. And he's not going to be staying down at first for long. He's going to take off here, try to get in scoring position. And that'll be a 29, 55. 55 or lower. He's safe. He's in there with a stolen base. So Mickey's down at second. Willie's at the plate. Can he drive him in and get the Yankees an insurance run here? Willie is 0 for 1. He did walk and stole a base. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a fly ball out the banister. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees strand one. To the top of the 6th we go. A 2-1 ball game. You got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here. Johnson, Nordahan, and Orta. And Johnson 1 for 2, singled and flew out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Gator strikes him out for out number 1. Lane's up now. He is 0 for 2. He's flown out and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the nettles. He fires over the first. And there's now 2 outs. And here's the man that got the run aboard here. 1 for 2 order is with the homer back in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Willie. And that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 goes the White Sox. We've got the big boys due up here for the Yanks. Munson, Jackson, and Piniella. Thurman's 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Ken strikes him out for out number 1. And here comes Reginald Martinez Jackson, 1 for 2 with an RBI double. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Ken. It's up to Lou to get something going. He is 2 for 2 with an RBI today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. The Yankees go down in order, and we go to the top of the 7th. Yankees hanging on to a 2-1 lead here. Horndon's due up, followed by Washington and Sorham. And Bill is 2 for 2. He's doubled and singled today. He's got the Gators number, and that's going to be a rare play, a 34 and a 36. And that's going to be a strike. He looked at that slider go by. So here's the 0-1 pitch to him. And that's going to be another base hit. Bill has got the Gators number. That is a base hit in the right field. Sorry, in the left field. So lead off batter aboard here. Claudell Washington's up. Washington is 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice. Here's the pitch to Washington. And Claudell gets a hold of this. This ain't good. This ain't good. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? 28. And kiss it goodbye. The White Sox have just taken the lead here, folks. It is now the 3-2 ball game. Claudell Washington launches one. Still nobody out. And Eric's up. He's 0 for 2, grounded out twice. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 20 and an 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Lou's got room out there. Makes the catch for out number 1. As Larry joins us here. And Kissinger's up. He's 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out yet to put the ball in play. And that's going to be a ground ball down the nettles. He fires over the first, and now there's 2 outs. And Bannister's up now. And Bannister's 0 for 3. He has grounded out twice and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mickey. That ends the inning, but the Claudell Washington homer makes it a 3-2 lead. We go to the 7th inning stretch. going to make a pitching change? That is the question. That is the question. You got the two lefties due up. I think they're going to let him go. They're going to let him pitch this inning. Let's see here. Two lefties up. You got Chambliss and Nettles, and then Stanley. Chambliss is 0 for 2 today. He has flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Kissinger's got it for out number 1. Can Greg Nettles get something going here in the 7th? Yankees haven't done nothing since the first inning. Nettles is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out again. It's up to Fred Stanley to get something going here. Stanley 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Stanley. The Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. To the top of the 8th we go. You got Gar due up, followed by Johnson and Wayne. See the Yankees' upcoming schedule. They stay home. Kansas City comes to town for a 3-game series, and then the Yankees go on the road to take on Minnesota. Ralph is 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Munson's got it, and there's one down. Johnson comes to the plate now, and he is 1 for 3 with a single. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. He fires over first, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the 8th. And Wayne steps up to the plate, 0 for 3. Flown out, popped up, and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what the Yankees want, and that's the Gators' second walk of the ball game. That brings up Orta. He's homered off the Gator. He's 1 for 3 with that homer. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Gator strikes him out. The White Sox strand one. We get to the bottom of the 8th. You got Heath due up, followed by Rivers and Randolph. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Heath. And it's going to be Roy White. It's going to come in and pitch hit for Heath. He'll stay in the game, Roy will. And Heath will come out, and Munson will go behind the plate. That's what we'll do here. So Roy White's going to come out of the dugout. So where's Mr. White at? There he is. See if the White Sox are going to make a pitching change here. You got White, and then you got the lefty and a righty. So I think they're going to go with LeGros. It's going to come out of the bullpen. Lurch is coming out of the pen. Try to nail this game down. Lurch, where's he at here? LeGros making his 20th appearance. No record with 4 saves and a 7.03 ERA. Roy White pitch hitting here is batting .255 with 4 homers and 20 RBIs. And Roy White gets a hold of this, folks. Where's this one going to land at? And that ball is smacked in the right field, splits the gap, and White's got himself a lead-off double. Puts the tying run in scoring position here for the Yankees. Go-ahead run comes to the plate, and Mickey Rivers. Can Rivers keep this going here? Mick is 1 for 3. He singled and stole a base back in the 5th. And that's going to be a fly ball out the banister. And White's going to stay put. And there's one down, runner still at second. Here comes Willie Randolph. Willie is 0 for 2. He has a walk, a stolen base. Can Willie get the job done here? That's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Willie. It's going to be up to the captain to do it. Hopefully the Yankees don't waste that leadoff double. Munson is 1 for 3. He has flown out, singled, and struck out. And he gets a hold of this one against the righty. That'll be a... I don't have his in there. What is he? He's a 7. Just a second, folks. I don't have his master game pitching rating in there. Ain't that a shame? Give me 1 second here. We'll take care of that. And Beetle eternally joins us here. Check out his great channel, folks. So let's find here. Put LaGrose. I got his basic game rating, but not his master game pitching rating. So he is a 7. Alrighty, now we got it. Go back to the game here. A little behind the scenes. Okay, so a 7 against a righty. 13 with a runner on second. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Washington's got a good arm out there, but there's 2 outs. You got to send him. Got to send him. Even though Reggie's up next. 2 outs, I think you got to send him. So that will be a 54 minus a 32 plus a 13. A 35, so only a 66 gets him. And he's safe. Munson ties this ball game up. And now Reggie, with the go-ahead run down at first, is up. Reggie is 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Bill makes the catch. That'll end the inning, but the RBI single by Jackson makes this a 3-3 ball game. So we go to the top of the 9th here in Yankee Stadium. Bill, Washington, and Sorham's due up. So what are we going to do here? Let's see. We're going to put White in the game. Where do we want to put him? We're going to put White into left field. Move Lou over to right field. Not much arm out there, and put Munson behind the plate. So first, we're going to put Munson behind the plate. We're going to move Lou over to right field. And White's going to stay in the game and play left field. And there we go. And here's the pitch from the Gator. Bill has his number. He's 3 for 3 with a double. Singled his last time up and came around to score on the Washington homer. And he walks him. The Gator walks him. He's been on base all 4 times. Claudel took the Gator deep his last time up. Gator looking for a ground ball double play here. Washington's 1 for 3. He's grounded out twice and homered his last time up. And Washington connects again. Claudel, where's this one going to land at? And that's going to be a double in the right field. And with Bill's speed, he's going to stay put here. With nobody out, going to force the Yankees to bring the infield in. With Eric at the plate. Can Gator get out of this mess here? 2-1, nobody out, in a 3-3 ball game. Eric is 0 for 3. He is grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball. Might be a pop-up. That's going to be a pop-up down the second. Randolph makes the catch. Now there's one out. Kessinger's up. And do they dare play the infield back? Nope, they're going to play it in. 0 for 2 is Kissinger. He has walked, struck out, and grounded out. And not this time. He connects. See where this one's going to land at. And that ball is hit in the right field. That's going to score 2. And the White Sox take a 5-3 lead here. The Gator gives up a double. Now there's one out and a runner on second. The Gator struggling here in the ninth. You got Bannister's up. He's 0 for 4 against the Gator. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. The runner will get down the third. Now there's 2 outs. And Ralph Garr is up. Ralph is 1 for 4 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. Gator walks him. That brings up Johnson now with runners on the corners. 2 down. Gator can't afford to give up any more. Already down by 2. Here's the pitch to Johnson. And that's going to be a infield. 8, 13, 21, 4. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. And he's going to throw over to second. And that'll end the inning. But the 2-run double makes this a 5-3 game as we go to the bottom of the ninth. You got Piniella, Chambliss, and Nettles due up here. Lewis 2 for 3. Can he get something going here? And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Out number 1. Chris Chambliss. Chambliss is 0 for 3 today. He has flown out, grounded out, and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Kessinger bobbles that. That's going to be an E6. And the Yankees are alive with the tying run coming to the plate. And Greg Nettles. Can Greg Nettles do something here? He's 0 for 3. He has grounded out and struck out his last 2 times up. And Nettles says, kiss it goodbye, folks. This game is tied again. That ball is high. That far is back. That ball is far, and that ball is going. Claudell Washington watches that one leave the yard. And it is tied up at 5 apiece. The error bites them in the ass. Now you got Stanley up, 1 out. Stanley's 0 for 3. He struck out his last 2 times up. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a pop-up down the second. And now there's 2 outs. And Roy White, who came in and had a pitch hit double and stayed in the game. He's 1 for 1 today. Came around the score back in the 8th. At the time, he tied the game up with that run. Here's the pitch to White. And that's going to be a ground ball down the order. And that'll end it. But the 2-run homer by Nettles sends this game into extra innings. Read all about it. We're going to the 10th. And that's going to be it for the Gator. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here. You got the righty and lefty. The Goose is coming out. The Goose is coming out. Since you got a righty, lefty, righty. Let's see here. The Goose making his 29th appearance. He's 2-2, 22 saves and a 0.69 ERA. You got Bill, Orta, and Norden due up. Wayne is 0 for 3. He did walk his last time up, and that's going to be against the righty. A 22 and a 8. And that's going to be a fly ball out to White in left field. And that'll be out number 1. Order comes to the plate. He is 1 for 4 with a homer in this game. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Go ahead runs down at first for Bill here. Yankees could use a double play from the catcher. He is 3 for 3. He's sad to see the Gator leave. He has a double, 2 singles, and walked his last time up. And that ball's hit hard. It don't matter who's out there, he says. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field, and there's not very good arms out there, folks. Not very good arms out in that outfield. Matter of fact, they're quite bad. So here we go. That was a double into left field. So it's going to be a double in the left field. Might be anything that saves them. So that's going to be a 35. And they're going to send him a 24. What the hell? You got to send him. Got to send him. A 46 or lower. He's safe. And they take the lead. And Roy White says, talk about my piss poor arm, will you? He throws Orta out at the plate, folks. Throws him out at the plate. Nice job by White to keep this ball game tied. Throws him out. Now there's 2 outs. A runner down at second for Claudell Washington. Washington is 2 for 4. He has a double, a homer, a 2-run homer. He doubled his last time up. Here's the pitch from the Gator. And that's going to be against the righty, an 18 and an 8. Yeah, an 18 and an 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. Willie fires over the Chambliss. And we're going to the bottom of the 10th, still tied up as Aaron Reed joins us here. And you got the top of the order due up, and that's going to be it for LeGros. You got a lefty and 2 righties. So do they want to go with hitting, or do they want to go with the righty? They're going to go with Hinton, just in case it gets to Reggie. So Hinton's going to come in the lefty. And the lefty's going to come in the ball game. Rich is coming in the game. And this is Hinton's 30th appearance. He's 6-0 with 6 saves and a 2.74 ERA. He's got the top of the order to deal with. Rivers, Randolph, and Munson. Mickey's 1 for 4 with a stolen base today. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 12 and a 10. And that is going to be a ground ball down the short. Nice play by Kissinger. Dives, makes the stop, throws him out, saves a base hit. Now Willie's up. Willie is 0 for 3. He has walked and stolen the base. He has grounded out, flown out, and struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Rick strikes him out. 2 down. It's up to Thurman to get something going here in the bottom of the 10th. He's 2 for 4 with a RBI single his last time up. And we dropped the damn dice. First time today. And that's going to be a rare play. A 62 on a rare play. 62 and a 38, yeah. 62 and a 38. It's going to be a foul ball, strike one. Munson fouls it off. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Thurman. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Hinton. He tosses it over to first, and we're going to the 11th inning, folks. 11th inning, the Goose is going to stay out there on the mound for the Yankees. You got the bottom part of the order due up here. Swordham, Kissinger, and then back to the top of the order in Bannister. Eric is 0 for 4 today. He is grounded out twice, flown out, and popped up. And that's going to be against the righty. 22. That's going to be a fly ball out to White for out number 1. Actually, it was a fly ball out to left. Let's get it right. Pun intended. Fly ball out to left. As you can see, the White Sox have scored 365 runs on 73 homers. 41 stolen bases, been caught 25 times. Yankees have scored 418 runs on 85 homers, 54 stolen bases, and been caught 13 times. Kissinger's up. He's 1 for 3. He's walked and had that 2 RBI double back in the 9th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Staley down at Randolph at second. And there's 2 down. And Bannister's up. He is 0 for 5 today. Here's the pitch to Bannister. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Goose strikes him out. To the bottom of the 11th we go. You got Jackson, Chambliss, Piniella, and then Chambliss. Reggie is 1 for 4 with an RBI double. Here's the pitch to Reggie. And that's going to be against the lefty. 13 and a 9. Yep, and that's going to be a base hit. Reggie sneaks that one in there. Nice job by Reggie. Reggie's on board here with the leadoff single. And are we going to do a little hit and run here? I think we are. Lou is 2 for 4 with 2 singles, a ground out, and a strikeout. We're going to do a little hit and run. Try to stay out of double play. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be an 8. Against the lefty, he's a 6, and that's going to work to perfection, folks. That is going to work to perfection. That's going to be a single in the left field, and Reggie's down at third. Oh, we didn't put Reggie at third. Shit. You can tell I'm rusty with this shit. It's only been 2 months since I played. So Reggie gets down to third, going to make the infield come in. Nobody out. Single in the left. Warner gets down to third. And Chambliss is up. Can Chris get the job done? Infield in, first and third. Chambliss is 0 for 4 today. He did reach on an error. It was a costly error and came around to score on the Nettles homer. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. And that ball is well hit. Let's see if this drops in. That'll be an 8. And yep, and that's your ball game, folks. That's a single in the left field. Chris Chambliss walks it off. And the Yankees win this game 6-5. Nice job by the Yankees. Come back after giving up 2 runs in the 9th. Let's take a look here at the box score here. And what's the star for? Probably the walk-off. Yep, the Yankees with a walk-off. So the Yankees, 6 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. The White Sox 5 runs, 10 hits, and a costly error. How about old Bill going 4 for 4? He had the number. He tried to carry them. The White Sox, look at that. They scored 5 runs and they was only 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. What could have been? Gator pitched around a lot of trouble. Gave up the long ball to Washington and all. They left 8 men on base. How about Jackson Pinella? 2 for 5, 3 for 5, and Chambliss with that big single at the end. The Yankees, look at the difference. 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position. You had Nettles with the 2-run homer. They left 6 men on base. Ken goes 7 innings, 5 hits, pitched a good game. Just gave up those 2 runs in the first. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. LeGros comes in, blows the save. 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs. Only 2 of them earned. Like I say, it was a costly error. Does it say that? I'll have to fix it. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it, bud. And Hitton comes in and gets the loss. He drops to 6-1. 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run, struck out 1. The Gator goes 9 innings, no decision. Not his best game. 9 hits, 5 runs, walked 4, struck out 5, and gave up 2 homers. The Goose comes in, gets his 3rd win. He goes to 3-2. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out 1. And let's change this here if we can. See if we can change this, as Aaron says. See if we can change. There we go. Got that changed. Thank you, Aaron, buddy. Appreciate it. Actually got it reversed anyway. It should be the Yankees at home. Have to change that too. Had it all backwards, didn't I? Had it all backwards. Yeah. Okay. Change that also. Okay. Got it all messed up. Had the Yankees being the visiting team and playing the wrong team. Good. There we go. And now let's take a look at the rest of these games. I haven't played baseball in 2 months, Aaron, buddy. Was getting that NASCAR done. So we'll do the rest of the American League here. You got the Twins and the Orioles. Orioles need to start winning some ball games. Orioles are supposed to be a 90-win team, and they're far from it. They are under 500 right now. 4 games under 500. And they shut out the Twins for 2 games in a row. Complete game by both pitchers. And Scotty with his 2nd shutout. Orioles 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Twins out hit them but couldn't even score. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors. And you got the Rangers taking on Boston. Boston has to keep up with these Yankees. They're 6.5 games back. Can the Rangers help the Yankees out? Yes, they do. They shut out. Fergie Jenkins shuts out the Red Sox. I'm sure that's what the star is about here. Jenkins with a complete game in his first shutout. Jenkins gets 5 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. The White Sox no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Then you got the Blue Jays taking on Angels in the Rhine Express. See what happens out here in California. Okay, thank you, buddy. I'll fix that too. Yeah, I'll fix that too. Blue Jays are win 6-4, 8 hits, 1 run. Angels 6 hits, 1 error. Let's see here how many strikeouts Nolan had. Always like checking that out. And the Nolan Express only had 6 strikeouts in 6 innings. And the Kansas City Royals taking on the Brew Crew. Kansas City, again, another team struggling. 5 games under 500. They need to start winning. They need to start winning. I think they've lost 5 or 6 in a row. And they get the win. 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Brewers 1 run, 7 hits, and no errors. And you got the Indians taking on the A's out in Oakland. And the Indians win 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. The A's 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. And then you got the Tigers, the last game in the American League. The Tigers playing the Mariners here in Seattle, Washington. A beautiful cloudy day in Seattle. That is cool. Aaron said he played the 1983 season in Pure Sims, and the Braves won 100 games for him, won the division, and won the series with a Dale Murphy walk-off homer in game number 7. That 83 team, I think, was better than the 82 team that won the division. Just my opinion now. The Tigers win 4 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. The Mariners 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. Joe Oliver with a walk-off homer. Aaron said he did 91 Reds. Joe Oliver had a walk-off homer in the bottom of the ninth to win Game 7 for the Reds. Pretty cool, buddy. Pretty cool. Alrighty, let's take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. And you got the Yankees now 7.5 games up on the Red Sox. The Tigers are 9 games back. The Brewers 14.5. The Orioles and Blue Jays 17.5 games back. The Orioles are on a nice 6 game winning streak. That's how far back they was. Imagine that. They're still 3 games under 500. They was 9 games under 500. And the poor Cleveland Indians are 23.5 games back. And out west, the White Sox are just a half a game up on the Twins. The Rangers are a game and a half back. The Angels and Royals are 4 games back. Oakland 6.5, and Seattle on a 9 game losing streak is 20 games back. Jim Rice is leading the league in everything. 354 average, 27 homers, 86 RBIs. Jack Clark's leading the National League with a 344. George Foster, Dale Murphy leading the National League, both of them with 18 homers, and Steve Garvey with 74 RBIs. John Matlack with a 1.83 ERA leading the American League. Ed Figueroa, 13 wins, and the Goose with his 22 saves. And in the National League, you got Steve Rogers with a 1.96 ERA. The only pitcher in the majors with 14 wins, and Raleigh Fingers for the Padres with 19 saves. 16 innings. Damn. Aaron said Game 7 went 16 innings when Murph walked it off. Got Jim Rice leading in MVP voting. And Ed Figueroa leading in the Cy Young in the American League. George Foster in the MVP voting for the National League. And Steve Rogers leading in the Cy Young for the National League. The next game on the channel is going to be the Braves, because I think I know this is a 2-game series. So let's see who the pitching matchup for the Braves are. Their first game back. Got to get Ken Castro in here, and that's a hell of a matchup. Got the Phillies and Braves. You got lefty going up against Nuxie. So hopefully I can get Ken Castro to come in here. Haven't seen Ken in a while, and I'll let him know ahead of time what time we're doing this game. I want to thank Aaron Reed, Beatles Eternally, and Larry Harris for joining us here today. If you're new to the channel and haven't already done so, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. None of that costs you a dime and helps the channel out. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take